Okay, this is a 2025 Toyota RAV4. We're going to do this the easy way. We're going to defeat the idle stop go feature, the auto stop start. All we're going to do is pop out this button right here, and we're going to install one of these little kits that just simulate the button press every time you start the vehicle. So next thing I'm going to do is pry this button out, and that'll get me the access to just simply install this between the button without having to take this whole console off. Okay, I pried the button off right here just using one of the metal pry tools. One of these right here, that seemed to pop that off good. And to get this harness out, all I did was take a small flat screwdriver and just gently pry around here, and this is ready to pop off now. And as you see right here, we have access to the switch like we need. I'm going to tie a zip tie around this pointing forward right now, just to make sure that the harness doesn't accidentally get dropped into here, because that would be a problem. So I'm going to go ahead and tie something on here to hold this out while I'm working on it to make sure it doesn't flop back in. Okay, I'm using zip ties here to strap this here long enough just to make sure it doesn't flop back in while I'm working on it. Okay, so I unplugged it from the button right now, and the button's laying right there. So now we're going to put the little device in between the blue connector and the button assembly. Okay, I plugged the dongle into the wiring harness on that end, and now we'll connect the button switch to this end. Okay, the switch is connected to here now. So now I will go ahead and remove my temporary zip ties and start feeding this back into the console and get the button remounted. Okay, so now we're ready to feed this back in. Okay, I ran into a little bit of a challenge. I could get it to squeeze through the opening here, but it would have been an extremely tight fit to the point where I wouldn't have been able to get it back out if I have to. So what I'm trying now is I sanded down the sides of this plastic housing here that the chip is inside. So I sanded it down a good bit here, and I'm going to give this a shot. I think I took a fair amount off that should allow it to fit into the opening a little more smoothly. That way I could get it back out if I had to. Okay, now that I've sanded the sides off, you can see here that it will comfortably slide into the opening, so that if I need to pull it back out, I can. Before, I had to kind of force it in here, and it would have never came back out. So yeah, I would advise you. I have a Ryobi tiny sander, and I just gently went across both sides as far as I thought I could. And yeah, I mean, it's not going to hurt anything. You're just sanding down the housing. Okay, I got the button assembly pushed back in. We'll put the cap back on and should be good to go. Okay, button back on, and looks no worse for the wear. So we'll fire the vehicle up here. See what we got. And as you see right here on the dash, it has the auto off symbol on, so success. So I hope you found this video useful. You found an easy way to get this done without having to pull a lot of this apart.